North to south, coast to coast. Here is the Wells Report. This is the Wells Report. Thanks very much for joining us. My telephone number is 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. We are talking now about the President of the United States. And we're talking about racism and so on and so forth. That's the latest thing, because the president is being saddled with racism because everybody is a racist except for leftists running for president or other leftists supporting leftists running for president. That's the way it is. Everybody else. By the way, Isaac Tate is, like I said, a dear friend of ours, and he indeed is somebody who spends a lot of time. I was, and we have a policy here of double checking to make sure that we have the right data on the Wells Report. Isaac heard me say that GDP never got over 1.6 to 1.5% during the Obama years. It actually did. If you cherry pick the data, you can find places where it actually did. The total average during the Obama administration was 1.88%. I just looked it up. And I wanted to make sure, because I do have a policy of correcting mistakes I make. And there are a lot of different people that take this data and spin it for various political purposes. It's hard to nail down, but I just did a little bit of work during the break there. So total GDP during the Obama administration, 1.8, actually it was 1.87%, rounded up to 1.88. And in the first 2 years of the Trump administration, the average is 2.8%. So it was 2.8 in 2017, and it was 3.1 in 2018. Still don't have 2019's GDP average. So we'll keep it oranges to oranges, apples to apples, and so that's the situation. It is, I believe, Isaac's point that the President Obama's GDP numbers were affected by the 2007-2008 Great Recession, which, by the way, we also talked a little bit about having to be the cause. The direct cause was the government playing in secondary mortgage derivatives, which crashed on the world market, not the United States market, and brought the entire world economy to the brink of disaster. The world economy saved by the fancy banking of the Fed, which made a fortune on making sure that none of that stuff happened, that the entire world economy did not implode. It is Isaac's assertion that had a dramatic effect on American GDP. I would disagree. I would say, I don't know. I think probably the way it works is more along the lines of GDP in the United States was not affected much at all, except by American political policy. So that being said, it's up to you. You can decide. 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. Getting back to racism. Bobby Jindal has said that the squad needs to, or that President Trump needs to thank the squad every time they talk because they're making votes for the president. And that's true. Montel Williams, an opinion contributor for USA Today, said that racism and single-issue voting on guns and abortion helped elect Trump, but so did non-voters. The most important way to resist is at the ballot box. Once again, our national dialogue has been hijacked by immature racist tweets of a man I've known for more than 20 years who was unraveling before our eyes on Twitter and on live television. I don't see that unraveling, but then again, maybe I'm not looking hard enough. As much as I want to believe my former acquaintance's election was a fluke, it's time we simply admit the truth. President Trump got elected because of his racism, not in spite of it. Really. Montel Williams, in my particular view, the president did not get elected by racism. if racism was involved at all, the president got elected by over-manipulation of racism and the overuse of the accusation of racism, mainly focused on Democrats, white Democrats, living in flyover country in the middle of the nation, white Democrats being called racist to the point where it didn't really make any difference whether they voted for President Trump, because they were going to get called racists anyway. What the left of the United States did was, during the entire Obama administration, called high school educated men, white, in the United States bigots every chance they got. And as I said earlier today, that was doubled down on by Hillary Clinton, who called all of those very same people deplorables. This, by the way, when you leaven the fact that when it comes right down to it, the Democrat Party cares more about illegal foreign nationals, to use the words of Julian Castro, than they do about American citizens. They care more about illegal aliens than American citizens. You put all this stuff together and it equals a leftist, anti-American, progressive loss in the 2016 presidential election. Montel Williams says, hey, that racism got the president elected and could get him elected again. Yep. If the Democrat Party keeps talking about how terrible America is and how socialism is the way to the future and how anybody who voted for President Trump was a bigot, if they keep doing that, yeah, they're handing the second Trump administration to President Trump on a plate. The Democrat Party simply does not have anything to fight with, except that there's something wrong with President Trump. He's mentally defective. But then again, so was George Bush. So was Ronald Reagan. Everybody who disagrees with the Democrats are somehow mentally unstable or mentally deficient. I told them they needed to stop doing that. I said, you need to stop accusing your political rivals of mental instability. But they don't do it. Well, pretty soon it's going to start costing you elections. Oh, wait, it already has. And it will again. I am sitting here, I don't know, like everybody else, a little less than 2 years away from the 2020 election. I'm pretty sure that President Trump's going to win. I'm also pretty sure that the Republican Party, such as it is, may indeed reassert control over the House of Representatives. That's a little more tenuous. But if these people, if AOC and the squad keeps talking, and if they keep trying to force this socialist agenda down our throats, and there are, I think it's like 21 of the 24 presidential candidates are talking outright socialism in the United States, unabashedly so, the Democrat Party is going to lose all political power. And I will tell you, as I always have told you, that if indeed the Democrat Party implodes to such a level, it will be very, very bad for the country of the United States. Why? Well, because the Republicans will then decide that what they need to be is the party of everyone, which makes them the party of no one except themselves, which is basically where you find the Republican Party right this minute. They stand for nothing. The only Republican in the United States, as far as I know, that stands for something concrete is the President of the United States, and Republicans continually find ways of criticizing the President in public for Democrat talking point propaganda, which they keep falling into over and over and over again. Getting back to Montel Williams saying that, hey, racism is a potent drug. Racism is a potent drug. It got Trump elected and could win him a second term. Montel Williams. After the 2016 election, Van Jones said, you know what we're seeing? We're seeing a white lash. White Americans being called racists at every possible turn. Finally saying, well, racism means nothing, so I'm going to vote my conscience. They voted for an American, not a Democrat, not a Republican. They voted for an American. And the Democrat and Republican Party are impaling themselves on their own political corruption, the very tenets and very base ingredients of the swamp, in an effort to fight President Trump. What people need to understand, especially in American politics, is the American people fired you last time. Fired you. And the more you talk about all of this, illegal aliens are more important than American citizens, the more you do that, the more votes you're going to get for President Trump. Because Americans, by and large, love their country. Just because leftist anti-Americans don't, doesn't mean that the rest of the American people are going to follow on their arrogant, narcissistic, and totally arrogant footsteps. Not going to happen. Should have said egocentric. I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. The Democrats are looking to embarrass the President of the United States because of what's happening on the border. Again, calling him a racist and all of that. Democrats and media continue to claim the Trump administration is putting kids in cages, even though President Obama did the same thing. This, by the way, the Daily Wire. A new report finds, buckle your seatbelts, the Trump administration has reunited nearly all of the children separated at the border. The report from Republicans on the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee looked at data produced by the Trump administration's Department of Health and Human Services, found that 95% of children who had been discharged from HHS custody had been, quote, reunited or reunified with an individual sponsor or released to a parent. The data provided identified 2,648 children who were believed to have been separated at the southern border. The committee only had data from HHS on 1,619 of those children, but found that 99% of those had been discharged from HHS custody. Of the 1,603 discharged children, 1,546 or 95% were either reunified with an individual sponsor or released to their parents. Specifically, 1,061 children were released to parents, 485 children were reunified with an individual sponsor. Sure would like to see the data from the Obama administration on that. 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. Coming up in just a couple of seconds, we're going to talk a little bit more about how leftist policy kills us. Next on the Wells Report.
It is a horrible scenario, but it happens. Dennis writes about his wife. She was diagnosed with leukemia. In fact, she's a 2-time survivor. And in the midst of all that, they ran up over $1 million in medical bills. Thankfully, they're Medi-Share members. And Dennis says they are so thankful for that, how others came together to meet their needs. And that's how so many Medi-Share members feel. This is not health insurance. It's different. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. And like Dennis found out, it just works. So if you join Medi-Share, not only do you save a lot of money, the typical family saves about $500 a month, but you know where your money's going each month. You're helping people, and if the time should come, they'll be helping and even praying for you. So yes, it's different, and as more than 400,000 people now know when it comes to healthcare costs, different is beautiful. Find out more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Here's a great deal on MyPillow. When you go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, type in promo code USA, you'll get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. Now that's only $34.99 a pillow. You will not get that price anywhere at retail. It's the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And like all MyPillow products, 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, use my promo code USA.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? I don't think so. Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free.
Call 800-561-5716. That's 800-561-5716. Again, 800-561-5716.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Marvin Oswaldo Esquivel Lopez is 31 years old. He's been charged of 3 counts of first-degree murder for a triple homicide that occurred in Des Moines, Iowa, last Tuesday night. His victims were identified as a small family he was living with. Rosabeth Flores Rodriguez, 29. Grecia Daniela Alvarado Flores, 11. Ever Jose Meja Flores, 5. Officers responding to a 911 call found the 3 bodies at the home Tuesday night. A spokesperson for Immigrations and Customs Enforcement said yesterday the accused's name is actually Marvin Oswaldo Escobar Orellana. There we go. And returned to the U.S. after being deported to Guatemala. Escobar Orellana, a.k.a. Marvin O. Esquivel Lopez, was previously deported from the United States in 2010 and then again in 2011. This according to ICE spokesman Sean Nadower. He had a prior federal conviction for illegal entry into the U.S. in 2010. He is not currently in ICE custody. Court records show the 2011 deportation stemmed from illegal entry into the U.S. near Laredo, Texas. He was sentenced to 15 days confinement and ordered not to return to the country illegally. An undocumented immigrant who re-enters the country without authorization after being previously deported can be charged with a felony which, depending on the person's record, is punishable by up to 20 years in federal prison. Apparently, he was not charged with a felony for his illegal return not once but twice into the United States. Sergeant Paul Perizak, a Des Moines police spokesman, said that Esquivel Lopez's wife and children lived at the address too, but were not home during the shooting. Court records show he married a woman unrelated to the shooting in 2008, eventually filed for divorce. We may never know what his motive was, said Perizak. All we know is there's some sort of dispute between this man and the victim and ended up allegedly shooting 3 people because of it. Iowa court records show a handful of traffic tickets for Esquivel Lopez. He'd appeared in court Monday, a day before the shootings, agreed to pay more than $1,400 in fines and fees related to a May traffic incident in which he was cited for failure to maintain control and driving without a license or proof of insurance. I'm not going to read the rest of it because it talks about the family that was killed and the children who were killed as well. Well, all we have at this particular moment is a dead family at the hands of an illegal alien who had been deported from the United States twice. Where did he get the guns? Horrific. Absolutely horrific. So what can we say? Well, we can say the following. We can say that we have people living in the country thanks to leftist immigration policies. We have people living illegally in the country that are killing people who are living legally in the country, and the Democrats continue to fight keeping the border secure. Why is that? Why does this not come immediately into the purvey of Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and all those people who fight tooth and nail to keep that border wide open? How many more Americans have to get killed? Let's make it even more plain. How many more people need to be killed in America before we decide there's a problem? Why wasn't this guy in federal custody? Sanctuary cities again? You're listening to the Wells Report. My name's John David Wells. This is the USA Radio Network.
Everyone loves liberty, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Stop letting others tell you what to do. Call us at 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or check us out online at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.